Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. And if you like these videos, please consider liking and subscribing. It gives me inspiration to shoot more of these videos. So today it is still early February and we are in the dead of winter here in Colorado. And the weather here is very unpredictable. Earlier in the week we had some below zero temperatures, and this weekend I was afforded with very, very mild weather. We're looking at upper 50s today, and it's going to get into the lower 20s tonight. I figured I'd go ahead and take advantage of the weather and come out here and try my hand at some winter camping. I've camped in the winter time before, but let's just say for the sake of this channel, this is a new experience. I'm excited to see how it goes. Hopefully I'll be able to have a fire tonight, and I've got a lot of layers. It's not supposed to be too windy, but like I said, lower 20s, so going to be pretty nippy. I'm not too worried about surviving the night. I'm more just out here trying to see how much I can minimize my misery with the cold temperatures once the sun goes down. I've got a really cool spot picked out for tonight, and this area, I've been here before. It's going to be a new campsite, so we'll have to build a new fire ring, and not really sure how much snow is going to be up there. I imagine I'll be able to find some dry spots for a tent. As far as water goes, I'm going to be boiling snow for water tonight, so that should be interesting. So about 20 years ago, this area was hit by a pretty massive wildfire, and I think it burned something like 138,000 acres. And as you can see, it hasn't really come back yet in a lot of these areas back here. Apparently the fire was started by some woman that was claiming that she had a campfire and she was burning letters and got out of control. So who knows what the real truth is, but she was charged with arson. Did burn down quite a bit of homes too. Not really sure the number, probably less than 100. This sort of thing happens a lot here in the state. It gets really dry. All right, we're getting pretty close to the campsite that I have planned for tonight. Really looking forward to get there because I'm ready to get this pack off my back. It's heavy. I've never actually camped there before, and I don't think anybody has because I haven't noticed a fire ring or anything like that. But yeah, the wind has been picking up a bit, which I'm a little concerned about for tonight, as this spot is a little open. The concerning thing about this wind is it may impede my ability to have a fire tonight. According to my GPS, this is the spot. It'd be kind of hard to find if I didn't have it marked. Now it's just got to go up this steep ass hill to get up to it. And there definitely has been quite a bit of snow here since the last time. I think I zigged when I should have zagged. I know it's up here somewhere. Okay, I see where I went wrong. Yep, it's just right over here. Oh, I definitely turned wrong. Oop. deep right here. Well, that was a bit of a blunder. All right. Unfortunately, I regret to say that I don't think this is going to work tonight. There's definitely some dry spots to put a tent, but having a fire up here is not going to be a good idea with as windy as it is. And I could still just forego the fire, but that's going to be pretty miserable. I mean, I won't really be able to do a whole lot except just sit in the tent. It's going to get dark at 5, and it's just not going to be really all that fun, I don't think. I need to decide now whether to move on the trail a little ways, and I know there's some other spots. Tough decision, guys, but I think I might have to call this one. And I lugged all this gear up here. Been planning hard for the last couple days. It's really going to be a bummer for me to have to tap out, but I mean, you can hear the wind, and it's just not feeling very promising. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, if anything, this was at least a good day hike. All right, so as stated earlier, I have decided to bail out on this one, and really bummed, but at the same time, it is what it is. I did go and check out a couple other spots that I thought might work, but unfortunately it was just pretty much the same there. Just very windy. You can kind of hear it kicking up right now. I'm concerned that that's going to get worse tonight, and that's just going to be impossible to maintain a safe fire with wind like that. I just don't want to risk that. It's not good etiquette to do that, and obviously if you were in a life-threatening situation, you would do what you have to do. But having a fire tonight was pretty critical for me to make this work. And when I looked at the forecast yesterday, there was a little bit of wind, but it didn't look like quite what it is today. So I feel like the forecast might have changed a little bit. Now it's been actually beautiful, very sunny, but with that wind, man, it just changes everything. And so I could have decided to just stay up there. Honestly, I just don't think that's going to be very good content for you guys to just sit there and watch me freeze my ass off, because it's going to get dark here in about 3 hours, and I'm basically just going to be sitting in my sleeping bag trying to stay warm all night. I am going to publish this video even though it is sort of a fail, but I do just want to kind of highlight to you guys that, you know, if you do this kind of stuff, sometimes things just don't work out the way you plan them to. And out of my many years of doing stuff like this, I mean, many times things have gone awry. I do have a lot of experience in 3 seasons, you know, hiking, backpacking, but this 4th season, winter, this is kind of new territory for me. I mean, I do have a good bit of day hiking experience in the winter, but doing this sort of backpack thing, I just, you know, you don't really mess with the winter time. I mean, things can get bad quickly out here, a little bit more dire. I think I would be okay. I mean, I've got tons of layers. I think I would survive, no problem, but honestly, it's just going to be miserable. The nearest town has a good pizza place, so I'm going to go there and have a beer, get a pizza, and then just enjoy it. I mean, you know, I lugged all this gear up here for nothing, and this pack is probably like 50 to 60 pounds with all the crap that I've got. So hope you've enjoyed just watching me suffer for a day. It's all about the experience, and the experience you gain, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the better you are at doing stuff like this. And it really just comes down to forecast and timing. I mean, you just don't know what you're going to get sometimes, and you kind of just have to give it a go and just see what happens. I feel like it's a good time to go ahead and say cheers with I have a nice Titan IPA here from Great Divide, and in the spirit of Steve Wallace. So a little bit on the music front, since we're well into the new year. A couple new releases I just got in the mail recently, and Napalm Records just released a trifecta of awesomeness, and that would be with Ahab's new one, The Coral Tombs, and then the new Katatonia record, Sky Void of Stars, I think it's called, and then the new Imperium Dekadenz, which is called Into Sorrow Evermore. When it comes to Katatonia, a lot of people don't really like, you know, their later era stuff, but personally they're like enslaved to me. I pretty much like everything that they've done, and you know, some albums are better than others. This new one's pretty good. It's I think it's a step in the right direction for them. Got some solid songs. I think they focused a lot more on the music than they did the vocals this time, and it's a good record. I'm digging it so far. And then there's that new Ahab, which was really good. Really been into that band. They've definitely been progressing every record. A lot more focus on the clean vocals, and it's just a great record top to bottom. The concept is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and it's just a lot of fun, man. Just great band. And if you've not heard of Imperium Dekadenz, another German band, pretty much atmospheric black metal, if you will. These guys I've been really digging the last few albums that they've released, and they're one of these bands that they have a formula that they stick to pretty closely. Not really doing anything different, but what they do really well. Very, very heavy on the atmospherics when it comes to, you know, the black metal. It's not just a blast fest. I mean, it's very dynamic. It's got a lot more slower type of sections, and they just heavily focus on a vibe. You know, sometimes uplifting, sometimes it's very downtrodden. If you liked any of their previous stuff, this one's just as good. So, as you can see, this wind is not letting up. I think I made a good decision here. Whew, man. Well, maybe we'll get lucky in a couple weeks and I'll be able to try this again. I think that's partly where I messed up, was choosing this spot, because it is very exposed. One thing about backpacking is it's a character builder for sure. I like to call it the art of suffering. Let me know what you guys think. Sorry the night didn't work out. I was really had high hopes for tonight in this video. I don't think it's all for a loss, but really just was hoping to get my true first overnight winter experience up in the mountains, and shut down.